Welcome to Get Out Go. I'm Christoph. One of the questions I get asked most often is how I plan my trips. So let's talk a little bit about overland planning in Africa. I think this could be interesting. Planning for overland trips in the beginning might seem quite daunting, but once you've done it a couple of times, it's actually quite easy and a lot of fun. For me, it all starts with picking a destination. Where do you want to go? Is it that dream location you've always wanted to go to, or just something close by? So how do I find these destinations, or find out more if I have one in mind already? Some of my primary sources of information are locals and online forums. I especially like reading trip reports to get first-hand accounts of a place. Other good sources of information are books, magazines, and good old Google. I sometimes just pick a location that might be interesting and see what's around there. Two of my favorite forums are the SA 4x4 Community Forum and Overland Bound. Here you'll find extensive trip reports, and it's a great place to ask questions. Overland Bound will also be finalizing software over the coming months that'll make it really easy to find and share information. Links in the description below. Another great resource is the Drive group, for example DriveMoz. I find these invaluable for contacts on the ground as well as information on things like border crossings. Your destination and the related activities will obviously determine what you need for the trip. Your vehicle, camping equipment, supplies and so on. My next step is to look at timing. When do you want to go? How long do you want to go? When do you have leave? Have you got enough leave? The time of year will obviously change the weather as well. This also ties in with booking. Your ideal dates might shift depending on availability, obviously. Some prime locations are sometimes fully booked up to a year in advance. The journey is as important as the destination. Once I know when and where I'm going, I'll use a few tools to determine my routes. I'll start by determining waypoints, so what are my stops, and then the subsequent route. I start with a basic route with waypoints in Google Maps and or a paper map to get a rough idea of distance and time. The next step is to map out the route in Garmin Basecamp with Tracks for Africa and or Garmin Maps. Basecamp is a fairly complex tool, so I'm not going to go into the detail now. For actual navigation, I primarily use the Tracks for Africa app on my iPad or phone. I also have a Garmin GPS with the Tracks for Africa map and my Basecamp route loaded as a backup. Now let's talk about supplies. The number of people, the destination, the route and the duration will determine what supplies you need. Food is obviously a very important part of trip planning. There are a few considerations here. How long are you going for? Are you taking everything with you, or can you buy food locally? Are you crossing borders? You can't always take fresh produce across borders. I try to plan each meal, but you have to be flexible if you're buying food at your destination. Facilities at your destination will determine how you handle trash. Remote travel usually means having to carry your trash with you. If your destination doesn't have water, you'll have to carry this with you as well. I usually work on 5 litre per person per day for washing and drinking water. With the right shower, you can wash in as little as 2.5 litres water. I suggest getting firewood at your destination as well, depending on availability. For most overlanding trips, you're going to need some recovery gear, tools, and more remote trips, some spare parts. Once my route is plotted, I'll work out how much fuel I need. I usually work on a worst case consumption. The destination conditions and duration will also determine what equipment you'll need. If you're traveling in a group, split the equipment between vehicles. Don't duplicate items where you don't need to. Your camp fees, park fees, fuel and supplies will now give you a total budget. Also make provision for some local currency in remote areas, as fuel stations may not have working card machines. One of the most important things to bring with you is a positive attitude. You can have the best laid out plans, but in overlanding, often things don't go according to those plans. This is an adventure after all, so expect things to change. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, please drop them below. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, get out there.